Hey guys, welcome to Matt's Guitar Corner thing. Whatever it said on the title before this. We're here at 812 Guitars with Chris, guitar witchcraft master type person. You might know the word is a luthier or a guitar doctor, not a setup guy, but a little bit more serious, like the difference between the tarot card reader and the professor. It's a little different. But anyway, so he's been the mastermind behind bringing some guitars of mine back to life. That have been in the crapper for a long time. And I've always wanted one of these. Eddie Van Halen Strat. I got it's close to bottom of the line Floyd Rose to replace the Floyd Rose that I got it with, because I got this on a I don't think I'm allowed to say it. Shit. The pandemic, one of those eBay drunken buys where like I saw it for like $2,500, but then I kept looking and there was like one from a country that may not be named for $300. And I said, sold, and I ordered it, and like 2 months later, I get this big guitar-shaped thing wrapped up like a wad of cocaine that you see on Miami Vice, with the brown tape. And
for all you kids, cocaine was this white powder people put up their nose a long time ago
and killed each other for.
Yeah.
So I unwrapped it, and it was just this stuffed in styrofoam. And some kid in said country did a great paint job on this, but the guts and the hardware was duty. Luckily, the neck was playable and the body was solid, and this guy was able to make it actually do things. So we put the new Floyd Rose, and we put a DiMarzio Super Distortion.
I believe so, yes.
And plus you rejiggered the guts inside and put on a new nut that came with the Floyd Rose, and of course the Ed hanger thingies, which actually work out pretty well. They for me, I like it.
No, they do help, yeah.
So I wanted him to explain exactly kind of what he did and how he went about bringing this guy back to life, besides the paint being shiny. Have at it.
All right, so just to clear up, this is one of those eBay guitars that you get for like zero money. Looks really good. You go, wow, this is going to be great. And as soon as you get it, it's an absolute piece of garbage. The electronics don't work. The bridge is a complete piece of... So you have to literally throw money back into it to make it work. First things first was we had to test the neck to make sure that the truss rod actually works. I know all you guys out there in freaking guitar land always talk about gear and this and that, the other. And the one thing you guys never think about is if the truss rod actually functions on the neck. And let me tell you, that's the most important component on the guitar. Forget everything else, because if this don't work, you're dead in the water. So we went ahead and, of course, just trying to keep everything on a budget. Less what's called a Floyd Rose special, and simple components. Boom, bada bing. So what are you into this thing for? Like maybe between the guitar and the parts, like $5.5?
Yeah,
$600.
Yeah, I saved $2,000.
Yeah, so after that was just tweaking it up, dealing with a little bit of fret issue here and there. And on top of that, when installing the nut on one of these things, one of the biggest problems everybody has is that it's always too high. So when you go to fret at the first fret, it's a huge effort. It shouldn't be like that. And to take care of that, usually you're grinding wood off of the neck. I don't like to do that. I prefer to grind it right up the bottom of the nut, which means I have to get onto a grinder, a metal grinder, just like, grind it down, take about maybe like half a millimeter, and it gets me within the spec. Then after that, it's just bouncing everything out, putting it together, and then, we've got another fun guitar. Something that's like a piece of doo-doo that shouldn't work.
Great.
It looks great, yeah.
And now it sounds great and it plays great. It's not as good as the childhood guitar that you did for me with the Mighty Mike neck. is more of
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
which is more of a Frankie Strat than anything else that I have, because it's lightning fast, but it's garbage. You know, it's the best garbage I've ever owned. And I've picked up some $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 guitars at the Guitar Center, and it just didn't compare. Like last time, when I picked it up, I was tripping over my fingers because it was too fast. And this the neck is a little bit like a baseball bat, but it's steady, and it's got that nice 1984 chunky Panama sound. And it's not too glitzy like the Duncan 78, which is on the Frankie guitar that I have. So it's a lot of fun to play, and it looks like the real deal. And you know, if there's an Eddie Van Halen night at the bar or whatever, maybe I'll whip it out, or I'll just keep it at home and hang it there, and it looks awesome.
And at the bar, people are gonna think this is like, you know, oh, it's one of those special ones for $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yes, $5,000. I'll sell it to you for
$5,000. Sure. Yeah. It's freaking cheaper than like replacing the freaking clutch in your car now. I mean,
exactly. But yeah, we'll take this home and beat the hell out of it and see what happens. And in the interim, I had this stupid idea of making my own Frankie. You know, just getting a body, painting it, and have him put a Mighty Mike neck on it, and a Floyd Rose, and another DiMarzio or Duncan 78. So I went to this guitar store, and this was sitting in the window. But unfortunately, you know, the wood there, which has already been grafted, is worthless and won't hold anything. So that's garbage. So we'll have to take it back and maybe give me some store credit. We'll see how they work that out. They'll just deny me. Who cares? It was less than $50, so I'll live. But I still would like to make a little something of my own, maybe a Frankie or something. But the childhood guitar that I have is the Frankie, you know, because it's lightning fast and it's a piece of duty, and it's got stickers and paint all over it. It's, you know, 30 plus years old, so that thing is the shit.
But to add into that, so that guitar, that SpongeBob Special that you have,
SpongeBob.
that's a more authentic Frankenstrat than all these other clone guitars that you see. Because I keep seeing this on the forums where guys are going nuts over, oh, you know, Eddie put this kind of tape here and he used this for that and used this for this. Dude, off the top of his head, and he just winged it.
Yeah.
Don't ever put too much thought into it. But that's the reason why Frankenstein came out the way it did, which is similar to his guitar with all those stickers and everything else. Granted, it was a disaster. I was able to bring it back to life. But that is a more authentic Frankenstrat than seeing all these other Eddie Van Halen clones.
Yeah.
I mean, that, like, what you did as a kid is something that you know, came out with from the heart, which is exactly what Eddie did when he did the candy stripe.
Well, I did the checkers because I'm like, oh, I can't do the candy stripe. Everyone's going to pick on
right.
me, you know?
So, but that's what makes it fun. It's like we're already on the second or third neck on that thing.
Yeah.
Finally put an actual Floyd on it. So it's like literally tracing its way like as if it was Frankenstein from back in the day. So to me, and that's the more authentic guitar.
The kill switch in it and all that other
right,
stuff.
The kill switch.
It's you know, it's like that, having that secret Ferrari in the driveway that's all beat up, so people think it's a Pinto, so they don't steal it.
Yes.
But or stick shift, that keeps people away.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, there was this third pedal. It's called a clutch. All the way on the left.
But also, I have a Charvel SoCal that I got from Guitar Center years ago, like half price, and it's because the neck keeps warping. He's already tried to fix that, and it unwarped for about a year, but it's starting to warp again, and the action around the 12th fret's getting more and more. And so we might throw a Mighty Mike neck on that, and because it's already got a good tremolo and locking, and all the bits are good. It's just the neck keeps bowing. So that'll be next, and that's all I could say about that.